Can an insurance company buy insurance for itself? We're going to answer that question and talk about the interesting notion of reinsurance today. What's up? You're watching Tito Talks non-life insurance discussions with me, your favorite Tito Miguel, who loves to make non-life insurance discussions easier to understand for both agents and clients. Magandang Wednesday po sa atin lahat. Let me start off by apologizing for actually not doing our English Monday session this week. Sa kasamaang palad po, our household ran into a long blackout last Monday afternoon where I'm supposed to be editing my videos. Excuses. did not really. I really did have a blackout, a brownout. And I honestly, in all earnestness, I wanted to post something last Tuesday, but then it wouldn't have been English Mondays anymore, would it? So, with that being said, I took the easy way out, I took the lazy way out, and canceled English Mondays just for this week, though. But don't worry, we will resume again with the English lessons next Monday for those of you who stay tuned for this one. Really, really, my deep apologies. Now, as for today, we're going to be answering a very interesting question and the area of interest around it. And that question is, can an insurance company buy insurance for itself? And the answer to that question is yes. It can, or insurance companies can buy insurances for themselves. Where do they buy insurance for themselves, Miguel? Do they buy it from themselves as well? No, not exactly. They cannot buy insurance from other competitors. That would defeat the purpose. They cannot also insure themselves, for that matter, because that would not make a lot of sense. Insure yourself. Spread risk yourself to your resources, which are already spread onto other risks. No. No. Insurance companies cannot buy insurance from other insurance companies, nor can they buy insurance for themselves. But what they can do is actually buy insurance from a reinsurance company, which brings us to our very special lesson for today, the concept of reinsurance. And I do believe we have to define our terms first then, shall we? Now, the concept of reinsurance has been alongside with the concept of insurance for the longest time as well. It's standard practice, especially with really, really large and very, very successful insurance companies that have a large customer base already, or those companies that cater to all corners of the country already at this point in time. It's almost necessary for them to buy insurance from reinsurance companies. And reinsurance refers to that specific practice. Well, Miguel, why do they need to buy insurance? They're insurance companies already. That's a really good question. Now, to justify this idea, let me give you guys a good example. All right? Now, let's say you own a small insurance company that so far as of today insures 10,000 cars. Just say cars. Cars muna tayo. Let's say you insure 10,000 cars, all based within Luzon, because you haven't branched out to Visayas or Mindanao. You're not that big yet. So you insure 10,000 cars in Luzon, and then suddenly a volcano erupts, or an earthquake. Let's go with earthquake. An earthquake takes place and manages to swallow all 10,000 cars that you insure in Luzon. That means your whole profit margin, your whole customer base is going to file a claim. And that is most certainly not just any claim, it's going to be a total loss claim. Assuming that all of your customers have comprehensive policies that also include AON, AOG, because this is an earthquake that we are talking about, then you would be liable for all 10,000 cars. You would have to pay for 10,000 cars. No matter their age, no matter their quality, that is going to be a lot of money. Now, one thing that insurance companies have to do is to make sure that they have enough money just in case that happens. They need to have enough money in the reserves, in the bank, in circulation in order to be able to pay off all of their outstanding policies should something like that happen. Although it's not very likely that that will happen, they have to be prepared nonetheless. Now, let's say your company has enough money to pay for all these 10,000 cars. All right, so you pay them off. Woo! Problems. So let's get back to business. But what about the claims that will happen tomorrow, the day after that? And how about the weeks after that? What if another earthquake hits? What if this time the earthquake doesn't just hit all the cars you insure? What about the earthquake hits all the houses you insure as well, all the buildings? What about the personal accident claims that you have to pay for? So there are other problems that you may not be able to pay for if you already pay or if you finish off all your money paying those 10,000 cars in that earthquake. So it's going to leave you in a very vulnerable situation. It's going to leave the insurance company in a very vulnerable situation. So, what can they do about it? They don't want to close down because of an earthquake. They don't want to close down because of just these 10,000 vehicles filing a claim at the same time, but they may have to end up doing so. That doesn't have to be the case with reinsurance. What reinsurance does is that the insurance company buys a policy from what we call reinsurance companies. These reinsurance companies will provide financial support to the insurance company in case something like that happens. Usually, reinsurance companies place certain limits. Let's say you incur a single incident loss that results to 10 million, 50 million, 100 million, whatever limit you have there. And once your losses go beyond that limit, it's time for the reinsurance company to step in and help you with the loss. So they will pay for these claims. They will help provide you with financial support to support all these claims and hopefully allow you with enough revenue, with enough funding to still continue operating for the rest of the year to take care of your other clientele. And that's the importance of reinsurance. It helps insurance companies handle these very catastrophic incidents. That's why reinsurance is sometimes called insurance for insurance companies, just in case the worst happens. Now, of course, you may be wondering, what are reinsurance companies? Are they just larger insurance companies? Not exactly. Reinsurance companies do not participate in the same market as insurance companies. As you will note, insurance companies target the insuring public, your clients as agents, your friends, your relatives, your colleagues, your market, your network. That's our market. Reinsurance companies, on the other hand, play in a different field. Wherein, in this field, we are the clients. Yung insurance company, ang client ng reinsurance company. So we pay them a premium to cover us, to cover the insurance company. Although we don't exactly call it a premium, so to speak, we have another term for that, but that will be discussed at a different time. So these reinsurance companies, and usually they're very, very big, very, very wealthy, very, very powerful, and of course, very, very well known across the globe. These companies take a look at insurance companies and decide, do I want to help this company? Do I want to partner with this company and help them in catastrophic incidences? Or incidents. How do they determine if they want to partner up or they want to accept us as a company or as a client? They usually look at our claims history. How many times have we had to pay for a catastrophic claim that affected a lot of their clientele? How well have they weathered through catastrophes? How well have they been able to manage their resources in really, really tough times? These are some of the things that reinsurance companies look at. And when they do, they provide insurance companies with a rating. And this rating is what some insurance companies like to brag about. We've been rated this, we've been rated that by this reinsurance company, by this group of reinsurance companies. And as agents, you may want to pay particular attention to these ratings because these are very accurate estimations of the credibility of a said insurance company. If a lot of reinsurance companies trust this company, then that means even if the worst happens, even if an earthquake really does swallow up all the cars, all the houses that are insured under this company, they will be able to pay and continue doing business after that said catastrophe, which is a really, really big deal. Which is why it's important for agents, even though you're not part of the reinsurance process, it is important that you are aware of what reinsurance means to an insurance company, what the implications are, and how this translates into your image as an agent. Of course, you want to represent a reputable insurance company. Of course, you want to represent a powerful, capable, credible insurance company. And their standing with reinsurance companies is a good indicator of how well they operate in their market. Now, I hope you enjoyed this lesson as much as I enjoyed delivering it to you. Now, let's get on to our question of the day, then, shall we? Now, our question for today goes as: can someone simply using the bathroom of a restaurant file for bodily injury damages if they had an accident in their bathroom? Now, that sounds very interesting, and it leads us to a very, very interesting discussion on liabilities, business liabilities as well, which we will be discussing in the next section. So let me repeat that question. Can someone simply using the bathroom of a business establishment claim for damages because of an accident that happened in their bathroom? What if hindi naman siya bumili ng maski naki-CR lang? What if dumadaan lang, nakikidaan lang as a pedestrian? Will they be able to claim if they are not patrons of the restaurant? We will answer that question, and in addition, other related topics to that question this coming Friday. So I hope you watch out for that. Let me know what you think in the comments. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave me your guesses, and also please don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon, as it helps me further the cause of this channel. So once again, this is your favorite Tito Miguel, always saying, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.